This is Brooklyn. See this fretboard here? We need clarity. This is exactly what we're gonna do. We're here to get really good at guitar. One of the things that stops a lot of people from being good at the instrument is actually the basics. For me, chords was always a mystery. I didn't understand how people play all these weird chords all over the neck. And I want to share with you a few simple concepts that will unlock the fretboard. I guess I have to put my hat back on. Chords are one of the things that really makes my heart kick. When I moved to New York, I was very stressed because I felt like I'll need to know all the chords in the world. And that sounded like a huge, exhausting task because there's so many options and I don't know even where to begin. So I found out a system that is really, really easy. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. A lot of people know this C chord. Great. But how do we go from this chord to different chords that are really beautiful? How do we do this leap of faith almost? First step, understanding. What is a chord? A chord is constructed from 3 notes, 1, 3, 5. And don't think that you know it, because if you really know it, you would play all the chords in the world. So hang on and make sure it's really clear. And we want to hear it and compare. C major, do, mi, sol, the sound, that color. Do, mi, bemol, sol, C minor. Okay, so far, so good. So we have this shape, C major. But how do we get from this shape to this shape? How do we get to 7 chords? So 7 chords are the same idea. 1, 3, 5, 7. What are these numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh? Basically, it's just the notes in the scales. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So we're just basically saying do, mi, sol is 1, 3, 5 and do, mi, sol, si, 1, 3, 5, 7. And it's important because later on, very soon, we can add these extensions. C7, 6, 9. What is 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, before we jump there, let's understand the framework. And these chords that we're talking about are called the shell chords. They're almost holy to me. So there are a few steps we want to make sure we know, and then what we're gonna do is understand, execute, and be happy. Question: what is the worst song in the world? Please drop a comment because I want to make a guitar arrangement with literally the worst song in the world. So please. By the way, it's been a while since I played this guitar and it feels really cool to kind of like play this one again. Just has like such a vibe. Feels like coming back home in a way. Second step is knowing really well the notes on the 6th and 5th string. Sounds easy and you might think I know it because you play some bar chords, but if you do, it will be easy. If you don't, it will be hard. So I just want to make sure it's really clear. In Western music, the smallest building block that we're dealing with is the half step. So between each fret on the board or between each key on the piano, we have a half step. That means if this is E, this is F. If this is F, this is G. This is important because if we know these notes in a very clear way and fast, we can actually place these shapes of the shell chords that will give us super cool extensions and sounds. Are you feeling stuck with guitar? I think I have a solution. So I actually made a workshop, which is my dream workshop that I would have loved, that would have existed when I started playing music. It has all you really need, from scales to chords, singing, listening, how to go about practicing, really a lot. There's over 130 pages of PDF. So many videos, a lot of information. I think you should check it out. If you're serious about guitar, please check it out. If you're filling out this video and it's helping you in any way, please smash aggressively the like button. Maybe drop a comment. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can check out the Patreon. There's also a full PDF for this video and a ton of videos. So thank you. A lot of the music we're dealing with is kind of based on this C major sound. The white keys, and on guitar it's basically here, C to D, whole step, half step, whole, half. So this is the sound of a major scale. Now the same thing here, I can just start the major scale from E. E, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, do. So I'm basically seeing C major on the E string, and the same thing on the A. So la, si, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. And you can say it in letters, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, So understanding that this is A, this is the half of the guitar, this is the octave, is also very helpful because the Mira guitar or the new guitar again starts here. So all I need to take care of is these 12 frets, and that's it, we're set. Do you like the hat? I kind of like the hat, but I want to know. Drop a comment, tell me if I should keep this hat or not keep the hat. So before I'm showing you the shapes, and I promise it's gonna be really easy now, I want us to make sure we're listening, because a lot of times one of the biggest problems, but issues with music is that a lot of people are stuck because they don't listen. They don't really want to try and understand and give a true assessment of where they are and what they want to do. They just want to try and do something. So if we can hear it and listen to the sound and enjoy, this is C major 7 and this is C7. Okay, how does it make me feel? How does it make you feel? C major 7 versus C7, then C minor. Oof. C diminished. Okay, so major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, and diminished. These are the 4 colors we're gonna talk about. And the same thing from the 5th string. So C major 7, C7, C minor 7, and C diminished. And I'm using these specific shapes. When we have a chord, the most important note is the 3. That gives us the information if it's major or minor. And that is very, very important. The second point of importance is actually the 7. It gives us information whether it's more stable, home-based, or dominant. There's more tension. And then of course the root is also important. That's why we have the root as well. So we have 1, 3, and 7, and we kind of throw the 5 out of the window. Now the 5 is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not as essential. This is why it's called shell chords. It's just the most essential notes to convey the information. At the end of the video I'll also have some more advanced tips, so stick around. Now I'm gonna take one shape, only one shape. This is C major 7, and then this is F. How do I know it's F? C, D, E, F. Simple, but it's important to always remember that. So C major 7 to F. And you see what I just did? I just did a little hammer on, so just to give it a little spice. What I want to do is first playing in time. So hammer on, open string, bass, so even if I'm taking something as simple as C major 7 to F, 1 to 4, 2 shell chords, I'm always trying to find the music in it. Could be a bass, it could be a little line. It's really important to make music with things. So just take these 2 shapes until you really learn them. And now you're ready to move on. If you're here, it means you really like music, and that's freaking cool. So thanks for staying. Okay, the shapes that we want to know and internalize are so C major 7, C7, and again, when we're doing this, maybe sing the C. Do, do. Feel that pain, that dominant, the tension. Do, and ask yourself, how does it make you feel? Because we're tagging colors at the end of the day. So C major 7, C7, C minor 7, and C diminished. Now this diminished shape can be also used for minor 6. We'll talk about it in another time. The same thing, C major 7, C7, C minor 7, and C diminished. And actually, with these couple of shapes from the 5th and 6th string, you can play any song. That's really, really cool. Now, all you need to do is memorize these sounds and understand what is what. So if this is G, this is A flat 7, and this is A7, this is A minor 7, this is A diminished. Now, understanding is one thing, but being able to play it with ease and kind of vibe is another thing. And that's what you want to do. That's who you want to be. Okay, let's say you're comfortable with this shape. Now the next step is starting to add extensions. What are extensions? Well, exactly notes from the scale. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can go on 8, 9. Oh, the 9, the D. C major 7 shell with the 9. C7 shell with the 9. Woo. C minor 7 with a 9. And now I can take this shape, move it around, D minor 7, 9. Okay, to G7, shell. And now I want to add the 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now you don't really need to count to 13. You can count to 6 and just add the 7. It's the same thing. So E in relationship to G is a 13. So G7, 13. It's not crazy, it's just a color. Mi, re, do, 3, 2, 1. And understanding that is huge because you can take this shell chord C7 and be like, I'm just gonna add a flat 9, or 9, or a sharp 9, or a sharp 9, flat 5. Right? All these colors are starting to be available. True, we need to understand the center and we need to understand the notes around it, but that's exactly what we're talking about. Understanding things in a clear way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. This was helpful for me when I started working on these things, so I'm really excited to see what you can do with it. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.